Democrats in Trenton, the state capital, clearly see an opening.
The governor has certainly conducted himself over the last 4 years as the worst combination of a bully and boss.
Today, Democrats, including Christie's former opponent, Senator Barbara Buono, regaled us with stories about the governor's alleged abusive behavior.
Governor Christie got up today and said the following words: "I am not a bully." In your experience, true or false?
He is a bully. He is a bully. Simple as that.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Steve Malzberg Show. As we await the arrival, we're told she's going to call in, of Senator Barbara Buono, who you heard in that piece. She also ran against Governor Christie when he was running in November for his reelection. I did vote for her, although I'm not a Democrat and don't follow her policies. It's more of a protest vote for me because I didn't want Christie to rack up, 60%, 70% of the vote. Not that I could stop that unilaterally, of course. So we wait for her. Of course, we told you about the latest so-called scandal. The latest news, first of all, in Bridgegate is that there's going to be another investigation with subpoena power conducted by the New Jersey State Legislature. Of course, Barbara Buono is called on the U.S. Justice Department to look into it. They are. There's an FBI investigation. And now there's a federal investigation as well into the use of Hurricane Sandy funds, which New Jersey and other states received because commercials were made touting New Jersey's comeback, trying to get people to return to the Jersey Shore, to go to their beaches, frequent their businesses. And there's a controversy now if Christie and company spent too much money on ads that included him and his family, where they could have spent less with another company that had another bid for $2 million less that would not have included putting Christie and his family in the ads. And Frank Pallone, congressman from the state of New Jersey, who I was inducted into the Boat Jumpers Hall of Fame. You know what the Boat Jumpers are? They're an Italian-American organization in New Jersey. And I was honored to be roasted and inducted along with Frank Pallone. We were roasted on the same night a couple of years ago. Anyway, nonetheless, name dropping wherever I can name drop. I name drop, baby. Anyway, so Frank Pallone it called for this investigation, federal investigation. He said he first brought it up several months ago, so it's not like he's piling on here. But the Christie administration has released a statement today saying that they're confident that any investigation will indicate that the TV ads were appropriate. Further, the quote was, federal agency reviews are routine and standard operating procedure with all federally allocated resources to ensure that funds are distributed fairly. We're confident that any review will show that the ads were a key part in helping New Jersey get back on its feet after being struck by the worst storm in state history. So they say they had it signed off on by the proper federal agencies. And if that's true, then it's the federal agency's problem and not Governor Christie's problem. And maybe since the federal agencies were under the Obama administration, maybe Frank Pallone would be better served calling for an investigation into these federal agencies run by Obama and his administration, as opposed to Christie, who, again, if this is true, they followed protocol. Now, right now, if I was an odds maker, I'd say there's a 1 in 100 chance Barbara Buono calls. I don't know what's going on. We were supposed to have her on last week, and she canceled well in advance of the interview. We were supposed to have her on 7 minutes ago. Usually the protocol is we get the guest on a few minutes before during the commercial break. So as far as she knew, it was a 5:15 interview Eastern Time. It's now coming up on 5:23, so we're approaching 8 minutes. I've seen her on interviews on CNN and MSNBC, and I don't think she shows up 8 minutes late for those. We were told now, I guess, about 4 or 5 minutes ago that she was calling in 1 minute. So she's at the very least 4 minutes late. And you know what? I'm losing my desire to talk to her. We're not to be toyed with, and I don't really understand. Now, you want to talk about how Governor Christie runs his administration, and she called it a paramilitary organization. Well, maybe she should take a little from the military or from somebody who could get her on track to not cancel appointments and be late for appointments. Appointments that really can't wait because the clock is ticking I have a break to go to, and now, now she's calling in another minute. So if she calls in another minute, we'll have like 2.5 minutes to interview her. You know, what can I tell you? I just want you to know that this is not our doing. And, you know, what kind of governor would she have made if this is how she would have kept her schedule? Although Obama's habitually late, and we know what kind of president he is. So I'm going to have to, you know, cut to the chase with Barbara Buono. And, you know, I'm sure I'll be accused of stepping on her answers, not letting her talk. But what could I do? We now have under 4 minutes left in the segment. This is good. Now, this is good. This is good. This is inside radio. This is how it works. This is how it works. So we're coming up. All right. All right. All right. We're joined right now by New Jersey State Senator Barbara Buono. Hello, Senator.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great.
Let me ask you, first of all, quickly, because we only have like about 3.5 minutes now left in the segment, and that would be what's the legislature is going to further investigate so-called Bridgegate, subpoenas, the whole thing, and that's something you advocate?
Well, yes. You know, when I first heard about the closure of the lanes going over the GW back in early September, I knew what had happened because I know how this governor operates. He runs his administration like a, you know, very tightly disciplined organization, top down, very paramilitary. So I knew that nothing goes on without him knowing. You know, people don't go to the bathroom without asking him.
All right. So what you're saying to me now is that he was lying at his press conference and that he knows. That's what you just said, basically, in other words.
It certainly doesn't have the ring of truth to me.
So you think he lied?
What did I just say? I thought I answered the question. Well, does not have the ring of truth to me.
Okay. Well, then I don't know why you can't say you think he lied. What about this other investigation?
Well, that's why we're having an investigation. I think it's very important to the people of New Jersey because it's not just about a bridge closing. It's about thwarting democracy, and I think it's important that there's so many unanswered questions. Do you feel the same way on a federal level about IRS targeting conservative groups and Benghazi, the ambassador writing a letter begging for security, and Hillary saying, "I never got the letter," and nobody got fired there, and nobody's been held accountable, and now the woman investigating for the Justice Department the IRS scandal to see if it was criminal is a two-time contributor to Obama's campaign. I know the media doesn't report on this, but does any of that bother you as anti-democratic or anything like that? Look, I know what it's like coming up against Christie. My focus has been on him and working with him for the last year and a half, and so that's where my focus is. And honestly, I have not been focused on the other issues that you're talking about.
You endorsed Governor Corzine even after it was revealed he had an affair with a labor leader. I'm
really not going to go down this road.
Did you criticize Corzine for that?
What is this interview about?
It's about consistency.
I do criticize.
Well, first of all, Senator, to be honest with you,
I'm not going to continue this conversation if you don't let me talk.
Well, you were late. You canceled on us Friday. You're 7 minutes late now.
No, we never. No, we.
7 minutes late now,
all right,
Senator.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye. Well, he got hot. She got out of the kitchen. She got out of the kitchen. She doesn't resign. Wow. Well, let me see. He was a governor. He had a scandal. Did you hear him? What's this interview about? It's not CNN. It's not MSNBC. If you can't answer the questions, Senator, and obviously you couldn't, that's it. I told you I'd be accused of not letting her talk. You come on 7 minutes late. I got to get all my questions in. I'm not going to let her sit there and tell me or military. These are week-old quotes. These are quotes from last week when she canceled on us. Okay? So I wanted to ask her some fresh questions, and I wanted to challenge her. If Christie's so bad and he's paramilitary, what was Corzine? The Democratic governor who she supported. Oh, that's not what we're talking about. Oh, yes, it is. But you didn't want to. Bye. That's the end. By the way, is Senator Buono related to Sonny Bono? I didn't think so. All right, folks. Steve Malzberg Show rolling along on Newsmax TV and radio.
The Steve Malzberg Show.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do